All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking all things outdoor lighting. We're talking Light It Up Expo, which, by the way, is almost sold out. Like, if you're one of those people that gets their thrills off of waiting for the last minute and seeing if you can like jump in front of the train, like this is your chance. So, joined with Matt Lister with Jellyfish Lighting. Matt, thanks for joining me on the show today.
Thanks, Ryan. It's great to be here. I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, I'm probably beyond excited because we're kind of getting to that final stretch here. My team has like just put in countless hours to make sure this event's going to be one of a kind. We've got so many amazing support of vendors like yourself, and it's just like, man, can it hurry up and get there already? I just want to start the show, but we got a few weeks left. Just over the weekend, we sold, or we're not sold out, but our pre-show class for landscape lighting is full. So I just want to tell people that it doesn't mean that like if you want to learn about landscape lighting, you shouldn't come to Light Up Expo. That's not the truth. It's just that class is full. And so still a ton of value, ton of resources there to learn landscape lighting and everything else. That class is full. We still have not a lot of space, but we do have limited availability in our permanent lighting class and our holiday lighting class. And we added an outdoor audio training class as well. And that one's almost full. So like it's getting out of the wire. They're not extra fees or anything like that. They're free. They're included with your ticket. But I just want to get the word out, you guys. Like, I don't say I didn't tell you so because like you've had a chance, and these classes are filling up. But what we're doing is doing these little quick kind of vendor previews, talking about Light Up Expo, answering questions that have been coming in, and then talking about our vendors because honestly, like we couldn't put together Light It Up Expo if we didn't have the support of Jellyfish. So many amazing vendors, and everyone's going to be in one room. So like one of the hardest things about the outdoor lighting industry is if you're already in landscape lighting and you want to get into permanent lighting, it's like, well, where do you go? Like, how do you like do your research, and who do you trust and who do you listen to, right? And so we wanted to bring everyone in the same room, and now everyone's got an equal opportunity to get educated, to learn, and all that stuff. So just extremely grateful for the support. Matt, do you want to just do me a quick favor, introduce who you are and who Jellyfish Lighting is?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, my name is Matt Lister. I am a dealer representative with Jellyfish Lighting. And I've been with the company for almost 2 years now. And started out in the permanent holiday lighting, which you see behind me. It goes around the roof lines, and we've been branching out ever since. It's a wonderful company to work with. Again, we're looking for dealers in areas to market, sell, install, and service the product. But from what I've seen, it's been growing. Kind of started out here in Utah. Kind of seems to be I guess you could say the birthplace of the permanent outdoor lighting. It's very popular out here, as Ryan can tell you. When you go a little bit further east, you don't see it as much, but we're seeing that changing every year. It's growing, so the wave is coming.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. And like you said, I mean, here in Utah, this is like the Mecca. This is the birthplace. It's the Mecca. People in the Midwest and East Coast, some people are like, yeah, I don't know, I just don't see it in my area. I'm like, well, okay, it's coming. So just so you know, I can go walk down my street and show you what the possibilities are. Um, well, one
Absolutely.
thing I'm really excited about Light It Up Expo is I've had people reach out to me, and they're like, "Hey, I'm a jellyfish dealer, and things are going great. They have no complaints, right? But they're like, I want something else. I had a customer ask me about landscape lighting. Can you help me with that?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm a like landscape. I love landscape lighting, permanent holiday, but I definitely love landscape lighting more. It's like it's my thing. It's my jam. It's my calling in life."
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, some people just haven't figured out. They might be doing like jellyfish on the side, just like to help
Mhm.
with like a seasonal slowdown or something like that. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like anyone who's not taking advantage of the next, really, we probably have at least a 5, if not a 10-year runway of having this outdoor lighting business
Oh yeah.
where you offer all three. You offer landscape lighting, holiday lighting, and permanent lighting. Like that's the epic outdoor lighting business where you can capture a lead here and say, oh, you want permanent lighting today? Okay, cool. And then I can upsell landscape lighting. Oh, you want holiday lighting? Cool. I can do that and I can upsell permanent lighting. There's just so much opportunity there that people are missing out on, which is the main reason why I put together a Light It Up Expo so that we could have all three of these industries come together and have the education, have the vendors, have the influence. And so it's cool that you guys are, catching the same vision and seeing these same opportunities too.
Absolutely, and I think that's one of the important things with the Light It Up Expo is the unity of bringing those. I guess in the past has kind of been separate, uh, you know, industries,
Yeah.
and by bringing them together, it is kind of putting it all under one roof. Our system, the fact that you can have your Eve lights, but then you can add on to the same system using the exact same app. You can actually add on your landscaping lights. We've got patio lights, things of that nature, and we're just going to be constantly adding to the different accessories, I guess you could say, that integrate with the system. So when you do have a customer that they get, let's say, the Jellyfish system, and they really like it, they have that ability to add on these other features, which gives you the ability to have something additional to sell. You can reach back out to your customers. Lots of times I know business owners, they're kind of worried about bothering a customer after an initial sale. And with these extra items or these extra accessories, you have a reason to reach out to that customer and say, hey, I just wanted to let you know that if you really like those Eve lights, you can also get some landscaping lights that integrate with the system that you're already familiar with, one that you're already using. And I think it's just going to keep growing. Home automation. We're seeing new homes now, not just big expensive homes, but your kind of middle ground roads. Homes that are basically coming with home automation already built into them. That's going to further be integrated with the systems that we have with the LED lights. You're going to see it in your kitchens. You're going to see it in your bathrooms. You're going to see it in your closets. There's almost no end to it when you really look at it. So we're very excited for what the future holds.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, so what are some of, you're a dealer rep, so you work with people, you help them with support, you help them, I'm sure, with sales and troubleshooting and design, just all, product support, all that stuff. As you've gotten to know some of your customer base, what are some like common trends that you see your top customers doing that maybe the average lighting company or the average customer is not doing?
Oh gosh, I tell you, probably one of the most important, I would say, is taking advantage of just taking advantage of the internet, the ability to reach out and touch your customers in so many different ways. Take advantage of your emails, your marketing, your web pages, online advertising, marketing. I would say for any business, that's probably one of the most important, but the most underutilized aspects. You could be giving something away, but if nobody knows that you're giving it away, you're going to sit on free product for a very long time.
Yeah.
And so we have found that those dealers, those top dealers that have actually taken that marketing and they've implemented, they put more of their profit into marketing. It's actually given phenomenal returns on their business. It's helped to grow that business. And I mean, let's be honest, as business owners, that's what we strive to do, is to grow that business as much as possible. So I would definitely say that the marketing and the utilizing of the internet and the ability to reach the masses, that's really and truly, that's the best way to help grow your business.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you brought that up. On the landscape lighting side of it, there's a lot of really talented designers and there's an artistry element to it that I don't think comes through necessarily in the permanent lighting as much, unless I'm missing something. But there's really like certain specific fixtures and beam spreads and depth and all this stuff that comes into it. But I've seen this natural separation where like these people who come in and they're very, very good with marketing, they always rise to the top. They're always more successful. And it's not necessarily because they're a better designer or a better company. They're just truly a better marketer, right? And sometimes that causes conflict. People are like, oh man, they're not that good. It's like, well, it if you really are the best lighting designer, then maybe you should become the best marketer. Like more people need to know about that because it truly is usually the loudest person online. The loudest person is going to get more eyeballs. And so I hope that people will pay attention to that and realize, listen, you can get annoyed with it, you can get mad at it, but like if you're in business, you're a marketing company that happens to install permanent lighting, landscape lighting, holiday lighting, whatever. Like the best marketer is going to win, and that's true in any industry. You look around, you can find examples of that where it's just the best marketing, the loudest marketing. It's not always the best company. Sometimes it could be, right? It doesn't mean that just because you're really good at marketing, you're an unethical, bad product, whatever. But there tends to be that correlation of like, oh, some of these artists just are like starving artists because they're unwilling to put themselves out there because they wouldn't want someone to market to them. They wouldn't want someone to cold call them. It's like, but you're losing so much opportunity there. I mean, if you believe in what you're doing and how you're going to impact and change lives, like why wouldn't you keep telling people and shouting from the rooftops?
Absolutely. If you have something that you're proud of, I mean, again, if nobody knows about it, I mean, it's just you that's proud of it. And like
Yeah.
you said, there is an artistry to landscaping. I think a lot of people don't realize that. It's not just a matter of sticking stakes in the ground and lighting up areas. Just as a painter, an interior decorator, they have a vision that not everybody can see. Some of them are just kind of God-given talents. Some of them you can learn in school, but to be able to take those to the next level, to really make an impact on someone's house, it can be a phenomenal thing. And the more that you kind of have that reputation, the more people will seek you out. And so it's kind of almost a self-fulfilling prophecy at times when it comes to those that have that ability. And like you said, why wouldn't you want to shout it from the rooftop if you do have that ability? Because it can be very rare.
Yeah. So who are like your main customers? Are these people that it's like their first startup business? Is it their main income? Or do they already have like another business that they're bolting this onto? Who are you guys trying to help?
Absolutely. That that's actually a very broad range because it does go everything from all they want to do is permanent holiday lighting. That's what they want to do year round. And then we have those that do have other businesses, maybe a gutter company, a roofing company, a landscaping company, pressure washing, window washing. These are companies that they find that they do have slow periods during the year. Sometimes when it is cold and they can't be outside, doing some of these other businesses that they do have, and they would like to kind of fill that slow period with another source of revenue. Um, when it comes to those, they may have a customer that says, "Hey, have you ever heard about this? Can you do these lights? I was thinking about getting those," and then they kind of look into it. Sometimes they become dealers. We have quite a few dealers that we kind of see them kind of just come awake during the holiday season, kind of that September through December, and that's fine. They grab that kind of a feast or famine. They grab everything that they can during that busy season, and then things slow down and they go back to their other line of work. But one of the things with our dealers that I think especially the permanent LED industry needs to try and get away from is the fact that they're not holiday lights. They're not permanent LED holiday lights. They're actually just for a very short period of time during the year. Do you use them for the holidays? Most of them are going to be used for accent lighting to accentuate the architectural features of their home. They're really the kind of product that there is no bad time to get them installed on your home because you can immediately start using them and you can use them all year long.
Okay, very cool. Talk to us about jellyfish. What yeah, I guess like how long have you guys been around, and tell us a little bit about some of the things that differentiate you guys in the marketplace.
Absolutely. So, I guess you could say the founding members back in 2009, they started a company called well, Big Fish Automation. And so they did home theaters, they did home automation, home stereos, home audio systems. Um, then in 2011, one of the founding members, Bryce Groves, he started working on a permanent LED installation system. And so he was working on perfecting that. And in 2015, he joined up with Big Fish Automation, and we started the kind of I guess you could say the child company called Jellyfish Lighting. And
Is there a jellyfish
yeah,
is there a jellyfish audio off of I-15 or something like that that I've seen? Is there any
there
relationship
is
there?
big fish automation. Yep, right in Draper, right off of I-15.
Okay. I saw that. I'm like, is that jellyfish? Like it seems like there was some relationship there, but I wasn't sure. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So they were the parent company. They still are. So we're owned by Big Fish Automation,
And
and
that's home automation?
Jellyfish operates. It is correct. Yep. Yep.
Okay,
So we
very
have,
cool.
you can actually walk in to get your Jellyfish lights there, or you can take a look at our samples of home theaters and see which one fits your budget.
Okay, very cool. And how long
So
does it
it's
typically take, do you guys have any data like that? Do you recommend a two-man crew, a three-man crew? If for those people that are on the fence, like, I don't know, I kind of want to look into this, not sure. How much work can be done in a day?
Absolutely. So we have found that an average job is about 200 linear feet on a house when it comes to the eave lights.
Okay.
We've got crews that they'll do that in 6 to 8 hours, so roughly about a day. We try and get all of our jobs done in one day, but we
Yeah.
we have experienced crews, and they're usually consist of two people that they'll do 200 feet in about 4 or 5 hours, and then normally when they finish that particular job, they may move on and help another crew on a larger job. We do all work together. It's one big family around here, and we do pride ourselves on that. We never rush, though, to compromise the integrity of the work and the look of the work. We take a lot of pride in the way that it looks. But yeah, I mean, you want to try and get those jobs done within a day. When it starts stretching beyond that, you will find that it starts eating into your profit, and you of course you don't want to do that. Now, in the beginning, like anything, there is a learning curve. Most dealers, when they start out, they'll have usually about a day and a half to 2 days to do a 200-foot job, but that does quickly diminish that time that it takes as they just kind of get a little bit of muscle memory and what to do. They don't have to stop and think of what wire goes where. How do I cut this track to fit this particular angle? It just kind of all comes second nature. And as far as dealers, I mean, I have dealers that they're a one-man band. They go out there, they'll install an entire house, 400 feet, 500 feet. It'll take them a little longer, but they basically they do it all of themselves. Now, of course, they get to keep more of the money. Not that they wouldn't like to have some help, but from what I understand, sometimes it's just hard to find somebody that's dependable. So when you can find somebody like that, you do want to hang on to them. But yeah, our crews are usually about two guys. In the peak season, usually three. We'll have a guy that's just learning, or a girl, and kind of act as a gopher, getting material, kind of speeding the job up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine you'd want to run the numbers there because if it meant adding a third person there just to guarantee it's done in a day instead of two, I mean, that's a no-brainer, you know.
Right.
Um, to have to dip into the next day of your burn and all that, it just doesn't seem like that makes sense. So, well, that's cool. Um, is there anything else? Did we cover everything?
I mean, I think so. I
All right.
encourage everybody to come to the expo, the Light It Up Expo. If you haven't, boy, I tell you what, you're really getting close to, not being able to get all the goodies that you can. So you don't want to drag your feet on this. This is something that if you are looking to take your business to the next level, this is going to be the place to find that information. From what I've seen of the lineup, it ranges everything from your CPAs, marketing, dealers such as us, manufacturers and vendors such as us. So if you're looking for answers, or if you've got questions, this is the place to find those answers, and you'll definitely find them there. So don't wait.
I love it. Well, again, thank you so much for your support. This is going to be,
Absolutely.
I've told several people this, you will not regret going. You just
Yeah.
simply will not regret going. And the promise, it's almost the same thing. You will regret not going. You just switch two words there. You will not regret going, and you will regret not going. There's going to be a lot of people that are on the outside going, damn it. They're going to see our videos. They're going to see the content. They're like, I should have gone. Why didn't you tell me that so and so was going to be there? Why didn't you tell me? Like I am right now. Get your ticket, guys. I'm telling you,
That's right.
I don't know, any day, any moment, any week, whatever, like it's going to sell out. And when the room's full, the room's full. So make 2026 your year. So much opportunity in that room. Yeah, we'll be back in 2027, but by then your competition's got a year head start on you. So come to Light It
Absolutely.
Up, guys. You will not regret going. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate you, man. We'll see you in a few weeks in Orlando.
No problem. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, see everybody. Go to lightitupexpo.com. Get registered. Don't miss out. See you there.